Another month, another couple of PSVR2 games coming our way, at least ones that we know about. There were always ones that pop out of nowhere every single month, so do keep an eye out for them. But for the ones that we do know the release dates of, or do just know they're coming out in May, I put together a list to push them out there and talk about them and get them known. From horror to parkour to platformer, there's a whole host of games to check out here, so let's get straight into it.
But before we do that, a word from our paid partner of today's video. As a content creator, my schedule can get pretty hectic, especially when there are a lot of exciting new releases coming out. With the launch of PSVR 2, I've been eagerly anticipating the games dropping in May, but at the same time, I know it's going to be a very busy month. Between researching, filming, and editing videos, not to mention keeping up my regular responsibilities, like university, it's easy to feel a little overwhelmed. There have been times in the past when I found myself struggling to manage stress and anxiety during these very busy periods. I would often try to push through on my own, thinking that if I just worked harder or longer hours, I could get everything done. But the truth is, that approach only left me feeling more exhausted and burnt out. It wasn't until I started considering therapy that I realized how much I could benefit from having someone to talk to about these challenges. Just the idea of having a safe space to express my concerns and to work through them with a professional felt like a weight off my shoulders. That's where BetterHelp comes in. As the paid partner of today's video, BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes it easy to connect with credentialed therapists from the comfort of your own home. Whether you prefer video chats, phone calls, or even messaging, BetterHelp offers a variety of ways to communicate with your therapist, so you can choose what works best for you. One of the things I appreciate most about BetterHelp is that they have a wide network of therapists with different specialties and backgrounds. So no matter what kind of challenges you're facing, whether it's work-related stress, anxiety, or something else entirely, they can match you with a therapist who has experience in that area. If you've been considering therapy but aren't sure where to start, I highly recommend checking out BetterHelp. They're currently offering a special discount for viewers of my channel. Just go to betterhelp.com/JammyHero or select JammyHero at sign up to get started. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health, so don't hesitate to reach out for support when you need it. Thank you once again to BetterHelp for being the paid partner of today's video and allowing me to present you with all these awesome PSVR 2 games. Let's get into it.
First up in May, on the 2nd, we finally have Madison VR. Touted as one of the scariest games ever made for flat screen, the PSVR 2 version is finally just around the corner. I can confirm I have got my review code for it, and if you're watching this video at launch when it comes out, the embargo will lift about an hour after this video goes live, so do keep an eye out for it. If you didn't know Madison, the plot essentially is you wake up in a dark room with your sister and mother massacred, which is very nice, with a possessed instant camera, which connects the human world to the beyond. You solve puzzles, explore your surroundings, and most importantly, survive. Throughout your journey, you are haunted by Madison, the ghost of an evil murderer, who is forcing you to continue a gory ritual started decades ago and commit abominable acts. However, there's more than one evil entity in Madison, and every character has a disturbing story that blends seamlessly into the main narrative. Use the instant camera to survive this torture, develop the photos you take manually, and face the fear of unveiling the truth. Search everything, pick up elements and interact with them to survive the entities. Randomly activated events and changing puzzles throughout the game assure a higher level of replayability as you get lost in this immersive and terrifying experience. Watch every step you make and be careful not to attract any unwanted attention. You won't be alone. From the gameplay previews, Madison looks absolutely terrifying, and while I'm very excited to check it out for the quality of the game and especially the visuals I've heard are very good, I am absolutely terrified to actually cover this one, so we'll see how far I get into it in my first impressions or review video. Anyway, that is Madison on the 2nd, finally coming out to PSVR 2. Also keep a lookout for Compound, because according to the Compound devs, it's been sent off for Sony's QA and hopefully they won't need any more refinements, or maybe small refinements if they're lucky, and Compound should be making its way over to PSVR 2 very soon. This is a roguelite, and I know some people are burnt out on roguelikes. I am a little bit, but Compound is looking like a really solid one. And I'm also hoping the release date hasn't been announced since this video was put together, so if it has, I apologize. But the art style here looks great, the enemy variety does look pretty vast. The combat looks satisfying, and if you're into the roguelite loop, it has been touted as one of the best on PSVR and Quest. So I'm really excited for this port. It's exciting to see more ports come over from games that have previously landed on other platforms in the past, and I'll be sure to cover it when it does come out. The same can be said for Skyclimb. The ultimate virtual reality platform game it touts itself as was meant to come out last month, and I'm assuming it got delayed because it seems like it's coming out this month instead, or at least we hope, because it says it's coming out very, very soon. In this game, you embark on an exhilarating journey through the skies of various captivating worlds, all while defying gravity and confronting daring challenges. As well as a single-player 10-hour campaign, it offers a multiplayer mode where you can test your skills against 5 other players in an action-packed championship. And on top of that, there's an innovative builder mode where you can create your own levels to kind of parkour through, which looks really, really cool. There seems to be one really tailored toward people that enjoyed Stilt, which I heard really, really good things about, with quite a vibrant art style, which at first made me think that it would be quite a shallow game, but with the builder mode here, the campaign, and online, it seems like there's a lot to do in this game. If you haven't quite got your VR legs yet though, maybe hang back on this one because it seems to be quite an intense game in terms of motion. Either way, Skyclimb does look like a load of fun, and I'm quite excited for it to come over to PSVR2. And also finally on the 16th, Stride Fates makes its way over to PSVR2. This is the parkour game that we've all been waiting for when it dropped on other platforms and got quite high praise, and it follows the story of somebody raised in the slums of the dystopian Aeron City at the very bottom of the food chain, but you got a golden ticket out. To survive and climb the ladder in elite police forces of Skychase, you will have to deal with the power shifts in gangs, family feuds, corporate secrets, forbidden tech, and much more. So very much a Mirror's Edge type of game. Your fate is bound with the other motley characters in the story. Will you accept destiny or fight against it? The main draw here is to make you feel like a parkour Spec Ops officer as you climb buildings, vault through windows, and slide down cables with lightning speed, exploring open locations under the watch of snipers and drones, and feeling the thrill of close quarters combat with tactical shooter gameplay. The reworked Stride engine for this game, as it is a sequel from the first Stride, which was on PSVR 1, offers advanced levels of graphics, physics, and interactivity on PSVR 2. I never got to try Stride on the original PSVR, but I'm very excited to give this one a go on PSVR 2. That is on the 16th of May. On the 24th of May, we have Retropolis 2, Never Say Goodbye. This is a sequel to The Secrets of Retropolis, and continues the story of Philip Logg, the hard-boiled robot detective, and Jenny Montage, the automated femme fatale that can't keep herself out of trouble. You can expect to immerse yourself in the shadows here where danger lurks, and every step leads you further to the edge of madness. You navigate neon-lit streets in this post-apocalyptic saga, in this standalone tale where you solve sinister mysteries using your extendo arms and unravel the secrets of the city of robots. These VR games usually aren't personally my cup of tea, but the art style here does look really cool, and it's incredibly unique, and I know there will be a player base that really enjoys it. We are really missing this type of narrative game on PSVR 2 in vast quantities. We don't really have that, so I'm excited for the launch at least, because it truly looks like a unique and interesting game. That is Retropolis, coming out on the 24th of May 2024.
I've also been in touch with the creator of ColdVR, a super hot inspired VR game that hopefully will come over to PSVR 2 this month or next month. They're just going through the application process through Sony now, I think, so hopefully it won't be too long for the game to come over. And essentially this is the closest thing to super hot that we will get. It's marketed as a non-stop VR experience. With the twisting mechanics, the game will turn you into an unstoppable machine to adapt and overcome challenges in each level. You are in control of time. Every time you stop, time flows. If you move, it slows down, so keep on moving. So a bit like Superhot, but in reverse. And it literally looks like that from the trailers, with a load of weapons you can use, a bunch of different environments, and a bunch of different enemy types. So I'm really excited to give this one a go. Hopefully coming out this month. Keep an eye out for ColdVR.
I don't think this last game is confirmed for May, but it is one to keep an eye out for because it is meant to be coming out soon, and that is Thief Simulator VR Greenview Street. This is the Quest version of Thief Simulator coming over to PSVR 2, where you become a stealthy underground contractor in a sandbox open world city, outsmarting NPCs, escaping the police, enjoying realistic physics, diving into minigames, expanding your arsenal of tools, observing your targets, and becoming the best via progression based on levels, a skill system, and RPG elements. This is a single player system with loads of replayability, where you jump in taking on the role as a thief, planning and executing heists, all in VR. Much like the Hitman games, the mission goals are clear and set out for you, but beating the obstacles in your path are up to your creativity and imagination, and that's where the replayability comes in. While it would have been great to maybe get the PC version of Thief Simulator, I'm glad that we're getting it at all, and I'm sure that's because most of their resources are on the Quest version now because of the Quest 3 being so popular, and the PC VR version probably not selling as well as the Quest version did, so that's the one which has the priority and that we're getting. Either way, it does look like a load of fun and might fill that Hitman-shaped hole in the PSVR 2 community where Hitman wasn't ported to PSVR 2, unfortunately, whereas it was on PSVR 1. So all in all, I'm quite excited for it, and it's not confirmed for this month, I don't think, but it's worth keeping an eye out for it. Anyway, that'll do us for today. Thank you all for joining me. There are quite a few games on the list here that I'm excited for. One of the ones that was slated for May as well is VRSO Bare Knuckle Boxing. That has been pushed back to June, but I will cover it in the June PSVR2 video, along with, of course, Wanderer Fragments of Fate, which I'm incredibly excited for. But that's our lineup for May. Please let me know if any of these games take your fancy. Are you going to be getting any of them or waiting for reviews? Thank you to our patrons, Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mercer, Ace Gamer, and Hippie Pickle. And if you want to join the Discord, the links are in the description below.
And thank you to BetterHelp for being the paid partner of today's video, bringing it to you guys.
And remember to visit them with my link, betterhelp.com/JammyHero. Thank you all for watching. Please do feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.